Yeah, I mean, what an amazing couple of years, you know. I mean, talk about highs and lows, ups and downs, roller coaster ride of craziness that, you know, only comes from some of the most provocative and interesting musicians out there. Right. You know, it was necessary for a crew, you know, to come about at that time. It felt like everything, in my opinion, as a music fan, had sort of reached a sort of level of decency, adequate decency, banality, good music. You know, some good pop songs, some good chart success, but really there was nothing shaking it up. So along come you guys, you know, really healthy ground, work ethic, a lot of releases, a lot of self, you know, involved in independent strategy making, and then, you know, boom, it happens, tipping point. We know about your music, we know you're out there, we know you're in the crew, but it never felt like we saw you with them when that was all going on.
Right.
Why was that? I know that it wasn't probably a conscious thing, but it was just, were you busy doing your thing or what? You know, it felt like it was always the rappers over here and then you were over here, but we knew you were part of the crew.
Right. And I think when you see like a lot of the coverage, like the internet coverage on me and my music, it's, you know, it's the iFuture affiliate, you know, and I think I came along after the first release that I was on of theirs was Damo Genesis' debut, Rolling Papers, and I was singing just some parts on this song called Steamroller on the end. I had met those guys around that time, so by then, you know, there was already, you know, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 bodies of work already released. You know, when I developed the relationship with those guys, I never wanted to be, you know, you don't want to seem like you're like
tagging on to the crew.
Tagging on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's always been real. You know, I didn't need to be forcing myself upon every appearance or forcing myself upon every situation that would give me a little bit of shine, because that's not really even how a relationship is. You know, like it's just a real kind of kinship and friendship with some people who I really have a lot in common with creatively and as far as where we live at mentally, and obviously, you know, a lot of differences as well. I mean, that's the only way it's really interesting anyway. So to answer your question, it is conscious, and it's also like just kind of like instinctive, natural movement. Like it's not really thought about, you know, as well. It's like half and half.
It feels natural, doesn't it? Because
cool
I mean, you know, you bought it. You bought what you were doing ultimately there too. So it's kind of like a partnership. It's like a relationship where two people are both earning.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, you know, okay, you guys have got your own kind of mutual.
Yeah, I mean, the success of each of the individual parts definitely benefits the whole. I think, you know, as far as me making the music that I make and being a part of that crew, it brings a bit of a dynamic.
It benefits them definitely, you know, without a question, because what it shows is that it's not just a rowdy rap crew, and anyone who knows Odd Future knows that anyway.
Right.
Knows what goes into the artwork or goes into all this thing. We know that you guys are as independent as you can be, or at least up to this point have been.
Right.
But it definitely brings, you know, I remember when I found out you were with them, I heard your music, I was like, oh man, it's just perfect. That they've got that arm to the whole thing, you know.
Right.
It makes real sense.